I'm speaking to Florian, who is responsible for the marketing of Dell Security, which was earlier known as Dell SonicWALL. What is the reason behind changing the name?
So basically, yes, Dell acquired SonicWALL back in May 2012 now, so it's been 2 years and a half. And actually, obviously, Dell SonicWALL is part of the overall Dell security product offering that includes, obviously, next generation firewall from SonicWALL, identity and access management, systems management, data protection and encryption, as well as managed services from Dell SecureWorks. And indeed, I would say the Dell or the SonicWALL logo has disappeared, obviously being acquired by Dell, but in the product naming convention, we still refer to Dell SonicWALL, next generation firewall, Dell SonicWALL, secure mobile access, Dell SonicWALL, email security product. So from a product point of view, we still keep or refer to SonicWALL, or we kept SonicWALL because especially here in the Middle East, the brand equity of SonicWALL, it's still very, very strong among our partners as well as our end user customers. But indeed, being part of Dell, it's about Dell, and in that case, we are talking about Dell security.
Okay. It looks that the market is getting surrounded by a lot of chaos with the news that HP is splitting, so also Symantec is splitting. Is it an advantage for you? How are you leveraging this situation?
Yeah, sure. The good thing, obviously, as you probably know, Dell, went private just about a year ago now, and then we're actually celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. So indeed, some of our competition are taking different routes, different strategic decisions, which obviously we cannot comment. However, Dell has taken the decision, or is strategically positioned from both, from the device with all our end user computing equipments and solutions, to the network with our networking technology, with our network security technology, to the cloud. Dell is actually very active as well in terms of the OpenStack initiative that started about 2 years ago. So really, Dell is focusing on these strengths, whether that's from the end user compute business division to the enterprise division to the software division. So it's, I would say, uniquely positioned as a true end-to-end solution provider to the market. And indeed, when you look at some of our competitors' decision, that kind of put Dell, I would say, in a much stronger position, definitely.
During Gitex time also we had an interaction. So since then, I think lot of things have changed in the market. So also in your product lines, you have added on certain product line. What has been your journey? How has been your, addition to your existing product lines?
Sure. So obviously it's been 2014. It has been a very busy year in terms of, indeed, all of the firmware releases on our next generation firewall, but as well where there's a big noise around the third platform. So everything around mobility, big data, cloud, and social. And one of them is mobility. Mobility for the last 2 years or so has been a very, hot topic, both for the reseller community as well as obviously the end user community. And what we've done is we brought new capabilities within our secure mobile access products in order to companies, obviously, to secure remote connectivity from mobile devices back to the network, but adding key features like per application VPN. Because there's two folds to that. Is if you can control and manage what applications are going through the SSL VPN tunnel, you will, better manage your bandwidth. But as well, you will prevent threats coming from applications that might be running in the background on a smartphone that the user is not aware, and that could actually be a backdoor for a hacker to take control over that device that is connecting to the network and obviously compromise the network. And as well, this year at Gitex 2014. We will be announcing a new next generation firewall. So that's on the 14th, which is the SuperMassive 9800. It is a 2U chassis next generation firewall, bringing again high level of deep packet inspections. So what it means is actually we are bringing higher level of network security to customers at the price point that is between the existing SuperMassive 9000 series and our 3 years old SuperMassive 10,000 series. And this market will predominantly do really well in the Middle East, because actually the level of adoption of our SuperMassive product range here in the Middle East has been really high. Companies such as the Dubai Canadian University has been implementing these products among others, and therefore we have really a high level of sales expectations for that 9800 new next generation firewall from Dell SonicWALL.
Right. Now with this addition of new product, there has to be a lot of handholding going into the market as far as the channel engagements are concerned. Of course the product lines are same, but you need to tell the channel partners how to deal with this product, how to take this to the market. So what is going to be on his initiative in the next 1 quarter or 2 quarters from
Sure. Actually, I mean, referring when it comes regarding the channel, actually, it's actually very important to know that today, if you look at the Dell software business, 60% of the software revenues are actually fulfilled for the channel. That's worldwide, okay? And that number, the revenues for the channel has grown by 15% year over year in Q2, okay? So channel is very key to Dell software. Indeed, from a network security point of view, from a legacy SonicWALL point of view, channel has always been in the core of our strategy. We always had a 2-tier channel model, value-add distributors and resellers. So that means that indeed we do on a very regular basis technical training updates, technical training certifications, but as well, as you mentioned, it's all well and good to have technical guys trained up and certified, but what about helping the sales team of our channel partners positioning these products? So we have, again, on a very regular basis, together with our value-added distributors, a schedule of sales training event, fast-track events, where obviously we go through the product range in terms of what the products do, but as well in terms of what are the customer requirements today, what are the key concerns today. And indeed, with the SuperMassive 9800, we will be hosting a series of webinars on the European and Middle East basis. Plus, indeed, we'll have hands-on workshop with our pre-sales team here in the Middle East to obviously train from a technical, but as well from a sales standpoint, our resellers, because customer demand is about total cost of ownership and consolidation. So that's what the SuperMassive 9800 is actually bringing from a next generation firewall without compromising security.
Well, this product, it looks that it should be very massive, but when you talk about the name of the university which are adopting, are these products or particularly 9800 series SuperMassive next generation firewall, is it addressing the mid-tier to the higher end, or it's only for the higher end?
So actually it's a very good question, because actually it's that product, because of the price point, we could address the mid-size market. And I give you a real example. We have a customer in Belgium, a company called Zapfi. And because of the nature of their business, what they provide is actually they provide marketing intelligence to the customers. How they do it? They actually provide Wi-Fi hotspots to the customers. So then the customers of their customers, when they come into, let's say, a bank branch or in a specific shop, what have you, that is a customer of Zapfi, they will provide free secure Wi-Fi access. Okay? All of their customers are linked through our product to our SuperMassive 10,000 series in a data center in Belgium. 10,000 series, SuperMassive 10,000 series. This organization has 45 employees. They spend a big amount of dollars in terms of investing into the Dell SonicWALL technology to bring that service to their customers. 45 employees. So that means the 9800, because of the level of performance that it provides, at the price point it provides, it will definitely be the right product for, as you said, the mid-size. so let's say from 500 and above number of users, and indeed data, large organizations. However, the company size sometimes doesn't really matter, because what matters the most is what is the business of that organization, what is it they do. You speak to an e-commerce type of organization, they will have the requirement of an enterprise organization, because they'll have a lot of obviously web servers with a lot of traffic coming in. But because of the size of their business, you could say, yeah, they need one of our NSA 3600 as an example. The reality is no, because it's an e-commerce type of organization. They have a lot of traffic that needs to be inspected. Therefore, they probably need a SuperMassive 96, 92, or 9800. But because, again, to answer your questions, we believe that product will hit a very sweet spot in the mid-size organization and enterprise. But segments where we will probably see rapid growth of adoption based on our existing customer base and success is definitely education, healthcare, public sector, as well as hospitals and retail. Because again, retail, usually they have a distributed environment, so they will have to connect remote locations to a big data center, where the big data center firewall will protect and handle all of the inbound and outbound traffic.
So what I understand from this statement that all these firewall products are not specific to the headcounts, rather to the application that the company is running.
Yeah, exactly. It's really, obviously knowing how big is an organization can help you sizing your next generation firewall, but then that would be too easy, right? So it's really based, it's all about understanding the customer requirements, understanding the business, understanding what are their objectives. Do they have to comply to any, like PCI DSS, for example? Do they have their own, governance, some of the ISO requirements, and so on and so forth? So yes, indeed, you really need, and that's where we are spending actually a lot of time with our resellers when we do sales training, in terms of really sizing the right product, not based on the number of seats or number of laptops or employees. That helps, is one criteria, but then what is it they have to do? What part of the network do they need to protect? Is it core firewall that they need? Do they have 10 gig networks, or are they still on the 1 gig networks? Are they planning to scale in the next 3 or 4 years? Because that's very important as well, is offering the right solution for a customer as of today, but for the next 3 to 5 years. Because if you sell something for a customer without taking into account where that customer might be in 3 or 5 years, you will see disappointment, because you will sell them a product for today's requirements without thinking about tomorrow. And then indeed, if you sell them the wrong product today, then tomorrow they will not be happy, of course, because they will have to reinvest into a newer solutions that is adapted to their requirements. And that's where as well the SuperMassive, again going back to the next generation firewall from SuperMassive series, is especially the 10,000, it's scalable. So we can start today with with that specification, that level of performance, and then should the customer requirement grows or what have you, we can follow that growth. That's where the 10,000 series is definitely, I would say, a very good fit, because we can do field upgrades. Now, it's true that because of the level of performance that the 9800 is bringing to the market, a customer could easily rely on that product for the next 5 years, anticipating a growth. And then again, from a TCO point of view, they will, that will be a very cost-effective ROI for the customer.
Okay. Florian, being a marketeer, what dollar you want to bring to the market? What dollar you want to take back?
Yeah, it's actually, us as a vendor, indeed, we have, revenues to make, but it's more what value we can bring to our partners. Because at the end of the day, if Dell is very successful, one of the reasons Dell is very successful in this region and Dell next generation firewall is our resellers. So we are actually, investing a large amount of dollars, as you say, or dirhams, into our partner programs, taking time to train our partners, because time, as we say, is money, but it's true. You can train your resellers, but as well we go beyond expectation. We go with them to do POCs, so we can do transfer of knowledge. They can learn from our pre-sales specialists, and all of this It's money, it's time, but indeed, you know, the ROI is definitely worthwhile. So it's not only about spending marketing dollars and so on and so forth. Is the overall picture. How do you treat your partner community? And I think SonicWALL and now Dell, with the Dell partner Premier Partner Program, is demonstrating that we understand and we bring values to our resellers, to our value-added distributors.
So final question, what kind of growth are you seeing for next 1 year from now?
So in terms of obviously the I would say the industry growth is anything between, depending on the analyst or what have you, but let's say it's averaging about 10%. Being Dell, we cannot really comment about our own growth, but if the market is growing at 10%, you could assume that Dell, from a network security point of view, is growing at a faster pace than the average industry growth. So,
all right, thank you very much. You have been really nice in answering all my questions patiently. Great.
thank you, Sanjay. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure talking to you.
Thank